Hi everyone. So today we are going to solve this problem, which is merge nodes in between zeros. So let me try to explain you what the problem is straight away from the example. So we are given this linked list. We are given the head of the linked list, and there are few things which we have to notice that the beginning is always going to be start from zero, and the ending is also going to be end node will also have the value of 0. So there will be some zero nodes in the linked list, maybe or maybe not. But as soon as you got the two consecutive zero nodes, nodes with having a value of zero, what you need to return is that, like in this case, so these two are the first two consecutive zero nodes. Uh, what is the sum of the all the nodes which are present over there? That is 3 plus 1, 4. So 4 is going to be head of the other, and what is these are two also consecutive ones, so it's going to be their sum in between them. 4 plus 5, it's 9 plus 2, 11. So 4, then the next node should be 11. So that you need to return as a node, as a head of node, you just need to return 4, which is connected with 11. Let's look at the other example also. So we have the starting node 0, the end node again 0. Here we have some 0 nodes over there. So first two consecutive 0 nodes are this one. What is the first one? That is 1. Then 1 is attached with what? The two consecutive are this one. It is attached with 3. 1 is attached with 3. Then the next two are consecutive are this one, and what is the sum in between them? 2 plus 2 is 4, and this 3 has been attached with the 4 one. So this is the whole problem. Now let's just try to solve it. So what I can think of this is that, let's say, all right, I can put my a dummy node, which is, let's make a dummy node, and I will put it on the head dot next. Why on head dot next? Because I know that head is always going to have a value of 0, and I will traverse in the whole loop. As soon as I get the 0 node, what I will do is that I will maintain some sort of a sum of all the previous ones, like here 3 plus 1, that is 4, and I will try to store that all the sums, all the nodes which are like this: 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 5 plus 2, this is 11, and I will try to store it in an array list. So let's try to do it. First of all, I will make a array list integer it's going to contain. I'm going to give the name list, new array list. So for, or rather for, no, I will use while loop, because as soon as my dummies is on null, I will be out of the loop, because I don't know what is the size of the loop. That's why I'm using the while loop. What is the size of this linked list? So that's why I'm using while loop. uh, so what I'm going to do, I will say, uh, I also need to maintain, I would say, a sum, int sum, which is initially 0. So if that the dummy node dot value, if that hits to 0, we will do certain things, because as you can look, if that is equal to 0, we will do something, otherwise we will do something else, otherwise we'll try something else. So let's look. If we don't hit there, what we are going to do, we are going to do sum plus equals to this dummy dot value. Otherwise, if we hit it, if we are hit over there, then we are going to store it in array list dot add, I will say add the sum, and then make the sum again also 0. So why I'm doing this, because look, what I've done is that 3 plus 1, that is 4, I've stored it in the 4, and as soon as I hit it over here in this list node, having the value of 0, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add the sum in my list. So list will be having 4, and then again reinitialize my sum to 0. And to make it work, what I'm going to do next is I have to move my dummy node ahead all the time. That's how loop will, and otherwise we will be in an infinite loop. So I will write this code anyhow. It doesn't matter whether I got 0 or which one node. I will always have to move to dummy.next. So that was that's how I have stored all the things in my array list. mm, let's say I just want to uh, verify that my list is fine or not. So I'm going to print my array list for that, and it's a good practice that whether it's going on, everything is going on well or not. So in that time, it should be having 4 and 11, and you can see that 4 and 11 is there in my array list. So isn't it right that 3 plus 1 4, I've got it, and 4 plus 5 plus 2, that is 9, that is 4 plus 5 9 plus 2 11, that is there in my array list. So that shows that I'm going on well. Now what I need to do, I just have 4 and 11. I just need to do to make them uh, to make a linked list from these values. So I will use a list node, which will be my head, I would say, and I'm going to call it let's say how to use a list node. We have new list node, and the value is going to be what? List dot get at 0. This is going to be my head, which I'm going to return. And how long it is going to work? I know it will work as long as the size of that int is 1. Why I'm starting from 1? Because I have ensured for 4. Now I just need to go for whatsoever remaining in my array list. So I is less than equal to what? List dot size I plus plus. And now I also need to maintain a temporary node so that I can traverse without affecting my head. So I will make a temporary node, which is this one, and what I will do is that I have maintained my 4. I've made a node 4, and temp is also standing on that. What I want is that I will create a new node, and I just want that temp should be to that one. So I will say temp dot next. Temp should point to that one. Temp dot next should be what? New list node. The value is going to be what? List dot get I, and temp also, which was over here. Now it should move on to the next one. So it will be temp dot next, and instead of returning null, which we were doing previously, I'm going to return my head. So let's see whether it will work out or not. That's how we will do this problem, I think, and we are most probably getting the result. You can see over here that time complexity, runtime speed is an issue, but it's a very naive approach which comes to, and quite an easy one too also at the same time. And you can look at the time and the space complexity as uh, first. Let's just analyze the space complexity. We are using an array list of size, let's say it will have the same size as that of a list if there are no if there are no nothing, if let's say every zero is a, at a at a, at the next point. If every zero is there, so it's almost going to be of n, the space complexity, and time complexity is going to be look, here we are just traversing in the whole linked list. We are not doing separate thing over here in this while loop, so it will be of the size. And here also we are just traversing in our add list, which is definitely going to be less than the size of this. So at the most it will be this time complexity is going to be the size of the linked list. So that's how you'll solve this problem. So thanks for watching if you have watched it now.